Hey, how's it going, guys? It is Thompson or Mania11 here, and I am bringing you another Pokemon Showdown special today. In today's session, I'm going to be doing Stat Switch, which is the other metagame of the month, just because I kind of need to get out these videos for you guys, because I am going to be away when this is going up on a holiday with the family in Fiji. So, I am bringing this to you guys just as a bit of a special. I have been enjoying playing this as well as the Anything Goes metagame that Smogon has, of course, brought out because of Mega Rayquaza and everything. But Stat Switch is kind of a bit more fun and a bit more unique, and I've been enjoying playing it a bit more. For those of you who don't know, Stat Switch is where you switch the highest base stat of a Pokemon with its lowest, so you get some really overpowered stuff. Like I know Reggie Ice is one of the most used Pokemon in the metagame at the moment because it's got 50 attack and 50 speed, which are its two lowest base stats, but then 200 in its special defense. So then suddenly it gets 200 in attack and 200 in speed. So basically everything gets a reverse, like its role gets reversed in the tier. So having a look at the team that I built, I decided to build it around Mega Steelix, just because when it Mega Evolves, it does actually outspeed Regice, which is one of the most used Pokemon in the tier, like I said. So, what I am running with it is Mega Steelix. I've got, it gets, 230 base speed or something when it Mega Evolves and like 120 base attack. So, it hits really damn hard against everything in the tier. And so that's why I decided to run it, just because it does have 230 base speed, which is phenomenal. In addition to that, I've just got Heavy Slam as its main stab, Earthquake for the secondary, Aqua Tail, I guess, just for a bit of coverage. I didn't really know what else to put on it. And Protect just to guarantee I get the Mega up and outspeed everything. So that's Mega Steelix. That was the kind of main Pokemon that I was basing it around. Just because, like I said, it is so phenomenally fast. Then I have Simon Carbuncle, my Carbink. Carbink has 50 attack, special attack and speed, and 150 defense and special defense. So of course they get reversed. Something gets 150 HP attack, special attack and speed, which means that it's really good and gets some really nice coverage in the form of Moonblast Power Gem as it stabs. Earth Power, and then I'm just running Calm Mind because I didn't know what else to put on it. I'm running Life Orb with Sturdy, which is kind of a bit redundant, I guess. I don't know. Clear Body, I have seen a couple of Sticky Web users in the tier, and I guess Clear Body may come in handy, so... And like Sturdy and Life Orb isn't really all that helpful, so that was my Carbink. Then I've got Mulurb, which is Breloom backwards, because this Breloom basically does the reverse of what normal Brelooms do. Having a look at its stats, it's got 60 special attack and special defense, but then 130 attack. Oh, and HP is also 60. So, of course, they get reversed. It suddenly gets 130 HP, 130 special attack, and special defense. So, completely reversed to what the normal Breloom is. So I'm just running a physically defensive spread on this, with Leech Seed and Spore, just their kind of stand moves, as well as Vacuum Wave. Of course, it gets priority, and it's still stabbed, coming off 130. Uninvested special attack is still pretty damn powerful. And then in the final move slot, I'm running Venoshock. It's not the best coverage that I'm running, but otherwise Breloom is completely walled by other Breloom, and Venoshock, of course, doubles in power when your opponent's poisoned, meaning that I will get 130 base power hit off against opposing Brelooms when they are Toxic Orb, because most seem to be running Toxic Orb at the moment. So that's my Mulurb, the Breloom. Then we have Trashios, the Latios. 130 special attack goes to its defense, so basically becomes a bulkier Latias. And then it's only got 90 base attack as its best offensive stab. So I'm just running an impish defensive one. Really, Roost, Dragonclaw, Earthquake as a bit of like stabs and recovery and everything, and I didn't know what to put in the last slot. So I just decided to put Magic Coat. I guess I could put something like Dragon Dance. That'd probably come in handy more now that I think about it, because I haven't actually used Magic Coat ever in my time playing around in the tier. So that is Trashios Latios. Going to need to see how it works out with that Dragon Dance now, because I haven't actually tried it. Next up we have Broad Bird. It's just a bird thing. Running Talonflame. It has 126 base speed, which then goes to its special defense. So it's basically the same as normal Talonflame, especially the bulk up variant that I am running. Only it's a hell of a lot more bulky, and it can take special hits really damn well. So it's just Roost, Will-O-Wisp for recovery, and of course hitting physical attackers and whatever with the Will-O-Wisp, crippling them. Bulk up is obviously to raise my attack and defense, and then finally Brave Bird gets a priority Gale Wings, which is very helpful, and like it's the best stab that I had. And then finally I have not Slowbro, the Slowbro, because it has 110 base defense, which goes to its speed, meaning that I have 110 base speed with a Choice Scarf, allowing me to revenge kill a couple of things. It's not the best Pokemon in the tier, unfortunately, but it is very unique, and I enjoy running a Choice Scarf just because I am able to outspeed a number of things. Surf Psychic just as stabs, Fire Blast to hit like Steel types and Grass types and whatever, and then finally Ice Beam just for a bit of coverage. So with that said, let's go ahead and see if we can get a battle. There is plenty of people online, so we shouldn't have much of a problem getting that. So if we don't get anyone, I'll just cut and return when we get a battle. So, oh, there we go, as soon as I said it. So this man's running a carving there, so that's going to be, I can't actually get the carving. That's going to be a pain. Like I said, it's very offensive. Gengar becomes a very difficult physical wall to break, because it gets 130 HP and 130 defense. That's probably going to be what? Haven't actually ever seen a Fortress. But just having a look at the team, I'm going to say Simon Carbuncle will be my best lead to go with, as he decides to lead out with his Fortress. So, I don't know, I've never actually seen a Fortress before, so Fortress, is that how you spell it? Yes, it is. So, it has 140 speed, wow, that's very fast. With 90 attack, still only got 60 special defense, probably got sturdy though, so knowing that, I'd say we can probably safely go out into our Trashios, maybe, and just try to start setting up a couple of Dragon Dances or something, as he decides to set up the Stealth Rock, so that is going to be a bit of a pain, because I am running Talonflame with no Rapid Spinner or Defogger or anything. I guess I probably should have, that probably would have been something useful on my Trashios, putting Defog on it instead of Dragon Dance, but we'll see how we go. If we need it after this battle, may see about switching it around, but we'll just need to see how it goes. This person's taking way too much time. Stop the timer, and come on. So, get to see really unique sets in this tier, just because it's like some not so good Pokemon like Carbink, which is what, NU or something, is suddenly really good offensively. Same with Regice, and Regirock also similarly gets 200 in special attack and speed like Regice, except doesn't have as good special stabs. So yeah, you get to see some really unique stuff in the tier. So this man just decides to go for the Volt Switch into his Sylveon. Righty-yo. I think got pretty decent stats. Got a really good HP there with the 130 in the HP. +1. We are impish. We'll see how much Earthquake does, because Sylveon isn't the best, and it just outspeeds us and manages to take us out. So that was surprising. But we will be able to go into our Felix now. We'll go for the Mega Evolution and just hit it up with the Heavy Slam, because this will be doing a lot of damage to whatever he wants to bring in on his team. Even to the Gengar should be doing a lot of damage, and I don't know, what does Metagross, what happens to Metagross when it in Stat Switch? Wow, that did nothing to that. So what's he going to be likely wanting to do? Most of these carry like Will-O-Wisp or something, so I think we should just be able to go into our broad. There we go, taking the Will-O-Wisp, that was no problem. And now we should just be able to go for a Roost, I guess. If he does want to send in the Carbink, then we don't actually have a lot for that, as it turns out that it's a double status Gengar. That is a bit of a pain. As he goes for the Taunt now, so we can't get the Will-O-Wisp. And now what? Now what's he going to do? Guess now we need to switch into our Slowbro. It's not a lot we can do, as he goes for the Clear Smog. Okay. Not bad. And this turn, we'll just fire off Psychic, as he does switch out into his Sylveon, doing a lot of damage there. We will be able to take it out on the next turn, because we are Choice Scarf. Obviously not expecting that, so getting a kill with the Slowbro. So, wonder if, because did we search Sylveon before? No, we didn't. Right, you run Scarf. Why would you run Scarf Slowbro? Because only 110 speed. What do we want? We're just bringing in our Broad. It's Toxic. Probably won't be able to do a lot in this battle, as he just goes for that. So, what happens to Mega, DT, Mega Metagross? It gets probably a boost in its special defense. No, it gets 150 in attack and still 110 in all of its other stuff. So yeah, I don't really care. So it only has 80 defense, which means we should be able to bring in our Mega Steelix, and he's going to be switching in his Gengar again, I would say. That would be my best bet for that. So, knowing that it'll bring in his Gengar, I guess we can just go out into our Breloom and get the Toxic Orb off, meaning that he won't be able to Toxic us, he won't be able to burn us, and we can't really do much in return. So, Venoshock doing absolutely nothing, but he can't really do much to us in return either. So, we'll go back into our Slowbro as he brings back in this. Okay, not bad. We can just hit it up with the Fire Blast, because we will outspeed it, and Fire Blast should still be doing a decent amount of damage. I mean, Slowbro is not the strongest thing in this tier, like the person was just commenting, but it should be able to do a decent amount here. So, go ahead and hit it up with this, and let's see. So, might be expecting the Scald or something. I don't know. Would many people be running like Fire Blast on this? Apparently just bringing in the Glade. Not doing a hell of a lot to that, but this, I'd say this probably becomes very much like, what's its name? Gardevoir. Because its attack and its special attack would probably switch, and it does have the dual typing with fighting, so can we make a switch into our Breloom? Does have pretty decent stats all around, as it turns out that he is just going to go for the Calm Mind. So we'll go ahead and hit it with the Spore, as it just gets a crit Psyshock. That does suck a bit. Just a little, as this man's making work out of our team. So we'll go into Summon and Carbuncle and just hit it up with the Moonblast. That does a lot of damage, almost all of the damage, not quite taking it out, and now we're in a bit of a bad situation, I have to say, as just go ahead and hit it with the Surf, as he brings in the Gengar, and that did 36 plus leftovers, so not quite going to be a 3-hit KO, unfortunately. Oh, 37, that last one did 39. If we get a good damage roll, then hopefully we can take this Gengar out. And then after that, it should be a pretty easy sweep for our, what's her name? Felix, our Steelix. So going for the Bullet Punch. We've only got 30 base defense, of course, but we do have enough HP, and we did resist that. And now he's just bringing this in, and we'll just go ahead and hit it with the Surf. Doing a lot of damage here and everything. As we get the red card, he's setting out his spikes, and at this point I think Steelix just sweeps, because he'll bring this in, we can go for the Heavy Slam. He's got the Vacuum Wave. That's a pretty good reason to be running that. How much did Heavy Slam do to the Gengar before? Where was it? Did we go for a Heavy Slam against the Gengar? Apparently not. This will probably be sturdy, but I think we can just sweep from here with Psychic, maybe? If we can live the switch in. Oh, we've got Regenerator, so we will be able to live the switch in, and probably 2 hits of Toxic, so Psychic, we'll be able to take this out, and we'll be able to take Gengar out, so that was a pretty close battle, I guess, coming right down to the last Pokemon. We'll just need to see how it goes from here. Like, Carving is such a big threat there, so obviously easily taking us out with the Earth Power, and I guess that's where Sturdy would come in handy, being able to revenge kill stuff. And finally he's got his Gengar, and if he doesn't have Shadow Sneak or anything, we will be able to take him out with a Psychic, so there we go. And let's see. What's he doing? This person is just taking up time now, I guess. I don't know. 120 seconds left. And let's see. Come on. It's basically a game, and this person's taking ages to go. So, because what, Gengar, like I said, Gengar's got like 130 HP and defense, but I think it's still only got its standard special defense, so this person seems to just be waiting for the timer to stall out or something. I don't know. But it's basically game from here. There's not much he can do. We have clicked Psychic. He can't do anything to us unless it turns out he's got Shadow Sneak. And there we go. So we do end up winning our first battle. So, not bad. That was our first battle of Stat Switch. We'll go ahead and see if we can get another one. I've only been going for 18 minutes so far, so it's not too bad. So, go ahead and hit up another battle. Hopefully get another good one. So that was really close down to the wire there. Him setting up Stealth Rocks that early on, without us having a defogger, was a pain with Talonflame. But, not much you can do about it. So, there we go. We've got another battle. This person's got a Chansey Stat Switch. It's got 5 attack and defense, so that becomes its 250 HP. So it's got 250 attack and defense with like 105 special defense, but only 5 HP. So he's got Latios defensive, Breloom specially defensive. Don't really know what these other things do, what all the dogs and fire types and stuff do, but I think we can just lead off with our Simon and Carbuncle. Should be able to take whatever he wants to go for. Decides to lead off with the M-Ball. Moonblast is neutral, Power Gem is neutral, I think. I forget. Rock against fighting, don't know, but Earth Power is super effective but not stab, so that's, what, base 90, that's 180. I think Earth Power is probably just my safest move to go for, so I'll go ahead and hit it up with that. We are life orb, like I said earlier on in the team building, so hopefully life orb, 150 special attack against Embor. What does Embor even get? Go ahead and DT Embor. So it gets 123 defense, special defense, and speed, and it just hits us up with a Scald. So, well then, that's, wow, not bad. Embor looks pretty damn good. But this should just be a chance for us to bring in our Broad, hit it up with a Brave Bird, as he is going to switch out into Arcanine. Got the Intimidate Arcanine, and not doing a hell of a lot there with that. So, Arcanine's, it wouldn't be a physical Arcanine, so he is going to go for the Toxic, as we do get a free switch out into a Not Slow. And looking at his team, only Latios really wants to take a Psychic, so go ahead and, of course, he switches into Latios. But we do get the special defense drop on him, and at this point, what? We'll just go ahead and bring in our Broad, and from there we can go and either Will-O-Wisp it, or just hit it up with another Brave Bird. So, if we can get a Dragon Dance off on with our Latios, that should be pretty good as well, I'd say, because we will be able to Dragon Claw this, we'll be able to Dragon Claw most of his team actually, and actually Breloom probably will be able to take us on regardless, but it turns out that he is a Dragon Dance set as well, so switching back out into his Arcanine, not a big deal there, and at this point, what? Is he going to predict the Slowbro to come in? We'll just go for the Brave Bird, just to be safe, and doing 19% there, as he just goes for the Flamethrower. So, we are able to eat that up about as well as he was. So, we'll just go back into our Slowbro now, and he does turn out to go for the Toxic, so nice prediction there, must say, and he went into Latios last time, so predicting him to do that again, I guess we'll go for Ice Beam, because it does hit Breloom and Latios, his two probably likely switch-ins, pretty hard, so there is the Latios. That does 44%, and we get the freeze. So, bit of unfortunate hacks there. It is only 10%, but hey, I couldn't have controlled it. He couldn't have controlled it unless he had like a Lumberry or whatever, and is unfortunately not going to get unfrozen this turn. So, or defrosted, whatever it's called. And what's he likely going to go for? Is he going to switch out or just sack this off? Doesn't really matter. He is going to go back out into his Arcanine, as that takes absolutely nothing from that. And at this point, if he goes for a Toxic, predicting this to come in, that'll be bad. If he goes for a Flamethrower, predicting this or this to come in, that'll be bad. Don't want that to get Toxic. I don't want that to get Toxic. And I'm still locked into Ice Beam, so what? We'll go into Breloom, hoping that he goes for the Toxic, as he actually doubles out into his own Breloom. And he did get the Toxic off first, which means he will outspeed me. But I should still be able to hit him up with the Venoshock. So this will be where we see how much damage it does. And it does absolutely nothing, because he goes out into his Lucario. So, going for the Power-Up Punch, we will be able to get the score off. Lucario gets his, because it's got a higher special attack, I believe. So, it basically just makes him bulkier, because it goes to his defenses, and yeah. So, I think it still has a base 110 attack, which is very scary, but we are able to eat that up. As he goes into Chansey, we get the Leech Seed off. That's not doing a hell of a lot. And what can Chansey do to us? Because we are max special defense. I mean max defense, so goes for the return, not even doing half to us, as we get a little bit of HP back with that. So now he's likely to go. Is he just going to leave this in? I don't know. Lucario is asleep. we may as well just... So, maybe we won't go for the Leech Seed, because it will turn out that he is going to stay in, and we're almost back up to where we were at the end of the last turn, so not a lot lost there, as it's just going to keep on going for Drain Punch, but we will be able to take him out probably this turn if we get a good damage roll. We got 37% there, 33% there, so now he is going to go out into his Latios, and that eats that up really damn well. And well, this may be a good opportunity for us to go into our Steelix, get the Mega off, and hit something up with big damage with the Heavy Slam. And what's he got to take it? I guess Arcanine. We will just take the Latios out in one hit, so Mega Steelix, really big threat in this tier. I'm really enjoying using it and everything. As he brings in the Lucario, it is still asleep. Earthquake will be a clean 2-hit KO, as he is still asleep. That's second turn of sleep, so guess that's kind of safe there. And now what? He's got Arcanine, which has the Intimidate, as he does bring that in, and what? We are free to put something to sleep now as well, and we'll just go into this because we will be safe to spam probably Psychic. Yeah, Psychic does the most to his team, so we'll go ahead and hit this thing up with a Psychic. Does have that really good special defense, like I said, with the stat switch, but yeah, not much we can do about it. This turning out to be a really good battle. That Arcanine definitely putting pressure on our team at the moment, but apart from that, we should be pretty safe to deal with the rest of his Pokemon, so Psychic not even doing half, as it turns out he's got Giga Drain. Rightio. With that then, I guess we go into our own Breloom, and is he going to stay in? We'll just go for the Venoshock. That should be pretty safe. First turn, doing 42% to the Breloom, so not bad. As, what, this turn is probably going to go out into the Arcanine, there we go. And will we be able to take a... will we be able to take a Flame Draw? I'm hoping so. Yes, we can. Eating that up. 33%, doing absolutely nothing to us, as we can put it to sleep and just Leech Seed something now, I guess. So, Leech Seeding the Arcanine, not bad. Getting back a lot of HP there. And now we'll just go for the Vacuum Wave, I guess. As he brings in the Ember, that will be a 2-hit KO from there, so Breloom putting in the solid work here at the end of this battle. I'd assume there's not much he can do now. We have... well, I guess his Arcanine can probably wall us pretty damn well. We are able to take that Chansey out in one hit. Now he's just got his Breloom and Arcanine left. Breloom can wall the majority of my physical attackers from here on out, but I think we can just bring in our Felix. Go for what? We'll go for the Earthquake on this turn, doing a hell of a lot of damage to that as he gets the Will of Spot. Unfortunate there, just say sorry, because that probably, I mean, if he got that off, then it would have really made a difference to the end, I guess. But we are going to be able to take it out with the Heavy Slam, and now this Breloom, even if it does have Vacuum Wave. Vacuum Wave might do a lot of damage to me, but I would have had other stuff to take out the rest of the team, so I guess that's going to be... yeah, this guy's taking it alright. Vacuum Wave doing over 50% there. Doing 60%, that's a lot, but we do a lot in return with the Heavy Slam, as Vacuum Wave will take us out, and now we're free to just bring in our Talonflame and just kill it with the good old Brave Bird. Nice and standard Talonflame kill. And that will be that. So if you guys did all enjoy, I really encourage you to go out and try out Stat Switch while it is still on the Pokemon Showdown server. It does introduce a lot of new threats to the game and everything with the switch of stats and everything, obviously. I hope you guys learnt a bit and realised how good Mega Steelix is in the tier. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see it go up against any Regice, but that's just the way it is, because it can easily take it on 1v1. And it's a really good counter to that, and, well, not counter, but it, like, you can switch, like, on a kill, you can bring it in, it easily kills it, outspeeds it, all of that. I hope you guys did all enjoy. I'll see you a bit later. Hope you all enjoyed, and yeah, make sure you leave a like, a comment for any suggestions in the future, and I hope to see you all later. Goodbye.